Hey there everybody, CJ here, your local friendly technology addict, and you're watching the Tech Addict's Attic. So, you're familiar with Bob, my Blackview BV9500Pro. The two-way radio is controlled by this app called Intercom. Now, I'm having some issues with Intercom. As you can see, it will initialize the channel when you open it. I have squelch level 0, and this means, of course, that this is an analog channel, analog frequency I've got going on here. Because with the digital, you don't have squelch. I'm trying to get this thing to focus. Now, squelch level 0, even with my volume that low, you would still be able to hear it. In addition, you would see that this would be green. Had an interruption here. That's okay. So, even with my volume that low, I should still be able to hear it. This should still be green because at squelch level 0, it would be receiving static. Even though there's no signal, it would be static, and I would still have that. You'll see. So I'll go up to the next channel, if it'll actually. There we go. See? Green, and you can hear it. Alright? So there's no doubt. I am receiving static. Alright. Now, that's a little thing. It's no big deal for me to open the app and go up a channel and go back down a channel in order to get to the channel that I want and be able to actually hear it. And I do squelch level 0 so that if there's a very weak signal, I can still hear it. That's why I hate digital. Weak signals don't always make it through. With analog, you can almost always hear a weak signal. You may not hear enough, but you can at least tell it's there. Anyway, here we are. So, I'm going to go into my channel list. You see I've got a bunch of channels here, right? I'm going to pick one that is quieter. Device area, we'll do USA, FRS, blah, blah, yada, yada. Okay, so, just to show, I've got a bunch of channels in here too. And I'm not going to show all of them because some of them have the actual call sign of the repeaters, and that, of course, gives away about where I live. And I don't really want to do that. So, pain in the butt to edit all the channels as well. But needless to say, I've got channels in here. I've got about 66 channels in here, in fact. At first, I thought it was a 64-channel limit, and then I added 2 channels to one of the groups, and it didn't have the problem. The problem is when I go to add a new channel group, an area, they call it. We'll call this one test. Okay? I'll go in here, and what's the use of having a channel group if you're not going to add channels? So we'll add channel 1, test 1. We will make it analog. It doesn't matter if you make it analog or digital, but I want to show, with it being analog, with it being analog, I don't have to check any more options. All I need is the send frequency, receive frequency, and a name. With digital, I've got to set some kind of a code somewhere, like a name or whatever, or I go down and change it from person to all. It's just annoying. It's easier for me just to go ahead and do analog. And the frequency you use is arbitrary, doesn't much matter as long as it's within the range of the radio. Okay, so now we've got 2 channels. We will tell it to use this channel group. Okay? Now, in this channel group, I will go to the next channel, switching channel, and you will see switching channel fail. Please try again after a moment. Of course, that would assume that the camera would ever focus on this thing. Okay? Now, you're not going to see that message again no matter what I do. I'm not going to be able to get off of the channel, and you can see it does not transmit because this does not turn red. It's fried. Okay? It's done. Now, if you were to, say, call tech support, they're going to ask you, among the many thousands of things they'll ask you to do, if this thing would ever focus, you know what? Okay, finally. One of the things that they're going to ask you to do is turn it off and back on again. Well, at this point, if you do that, you're done. Okay? If you go in here to device and exit app, you will not get back into the app. The reason being that it needs that initialization of the channel before it gets you to your interface. Now, granted, it's already read the configuration. It already sees the channels. It already has the frequencies. It already has the group names and all of that. But it will not let you edit them until it can initialize one of them. That's a developer thing. I don't know why they did it that way. It just is. Now, if I exit this app, it will not be able to initialize the channel. I will not be able to get back into the app. My radio then becomes completely useless, as well as all of those channels that I've added, all of the channel groups that I've added, any kind of organization I've done, the hours that I have spent looking up frequencies that I'm interested in listening to, or ham radio repeaters I'm interested in chatting on. So, I want to make sure I don't lose all of that. Instead of exiting the app, go back to your device areas, pick another area so that it will open up the ability to delete the area that you added. Because it's that last area that you added that is the problem. And it doesn't matter if you add 1 channel or 100 channels, you're going to have a problem with that area. Now, I'm still not going to be able to change channels, okay? It is done initializing, or it's done even trying to initialize. It's not going to do it, all right? The only thing you can do now is go to the device, exit the app, and then kill the app. And then if you go back into the app, it will initialize. You'll notice the radio icon comes up in the notification shade. And granted, you don't hear it. Oh, that's at squelch level 2, so because we're in the FRS channels. But regardless, now it will change channels, it will change areas, and we'll be able to go back to, listening for satellites. And there you have it. So, if you run into that problem, don't exit the app before you've had a chance to write down all of the frequencies that you're using. Because if you're like me, you've probably spent hours putting them in there. And of course, there's no way to back them up if you don't have a way to root it and use something like Titanium Backup, which, of course, I don't. So yeah, that would be annoying. So try to avoid that. If you're using the radio app, just, pay attention, and when it gives you that error, the first thing you need to do is delete whatever you just did. Undo whatever you added. All right? So hopefully that helps somebody. Hopefully it saves you some time and some energy and some effort, frustration. And I'm going to continue a little email thread that I've got with people in the support at Blackview. They're wanting me to make a video, so I'm going to do another video just for them. But I'll do that after dinner because my dinner's getting cold and I want to go eat it. So until then, I'll keep you guys informed as to what they tell me, and I'll probably either put them in the comments here or just do a whole new video, depending on what the answer comes out to be. So until next time, stay tuned. I am CJ, your local friendly technology addict, and you've been watching the Tech Addict's Attic.